Welcome to semi-final 3 of our 2023 National Grand Finals. If you've been joining us before now, holy, have we been blown away by some passionate and talented young people. Our judges have certainly got their work cut out for them. Now, before we get into meeting our judges and obviously meeting our incredible teams that are pitching in this semi-final, I just want to show you a map that I think should be familiar. But what I'd love for you to think about is, how old were you when you first saw this map? And then I'm going to show you a second map. And I would love for you to reflect on how old you were when you saw this. For me, I would have been in my late 20s, so almost 2.5 decades after seeing the first map. And so as we kick off our innovative pitches for today, I just want to start by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land in which we live, work, play, learn, and create, and acknowledge them as our first entrepreneurs and our first innovators in this country. And this map, although we see it second, is 65,000 years older than that first map. So I'm joining you from Meanjin in Brisbane on Niagara and Turrbal land. And so I pay my respects to the lands in which you're joining us from around Australia and potentially the world as well. Now, if you are joining us, we would love for you to take a sneaky snap. So if you're in a watch party somewhere, or maybe it's just you, take a selfie and please post it on socials and tag us, because we would love to see you watching our young people and supporting them today. Now, this is our finals, and it's the culmination of our flagship program, Activate, which means over the course of a term or a semester, these students have been engaged in this program, and their mission has been to take on the role of entrepreneur and pitch an innovative idea that makes the world a better place. And so all of these young people had the opportunity to apply for our finals at the end of the program, and we were inundated with between 250 and 300 applications. And somehow, incredibly, we managed to whittle these down to the top 40 teams, which you are seeing in our eight semi-finals today and also Thursday. The winners of each semi-final go through to pitch on stage at our National Grand Final in November, which we are so excited about. And so, I'd love to walk you through a few of our winners from previous years. In 2018, we had Tanika take the stage from Springfield Central State High School, and the problem that she wanted to solve was bullying, and her solution was actually school socks, but not as you know it. She designed school socks that were white above the surface of the shoe, but had these cool patterns underneath the shoe line. And basically, the metaphor behind her socks is you don't know what's underneath the surface for young people. And so she pitched in our 2018 National Grand Final and walked away as winner, winning $2,500 cash for her idea. Then we go to 2019, and we went back-to-back winners with Springfield Central State High School, taking home a win with Culture Food. These were 3 young Polynesian people who were really concerned by the statistic that said that those within the Polynesian community are statistically more likely to see or experience domestic violence than a lot of other cultures. So what they did is they took their own Polynesian-inspired designs and printed them down the sleeves of hoodies and called them Culture Hood, with a portion of the profits going to support victims of domestic violence. Then we go to 2020, and 3 students from the Sunshine Coast took home a win with their concept, Aqua Shields. What they did is they took the technology that exists in wristbands that surfers wear to repel sharks from coming near them, and they retrofitted this technology on flotation devices that they dropped off the coast at intervals to create what they called an aqua shield, an invisible barrier that would stop sharks coming into the coast. They walked away with a prize package of about, a lot, $2,500 cash and support as well. Then we go to 2021, just 2 years ago, and Chloe from Redcliffe State High School took home the win with her concept, Chloe Peat Wheats. From 11, her grandparents gifted her a sewing machine, and she took that gift and transformed it into a successful small business, making wheat bags. And for every wheat bag she sold, she partnered with One Tree Planted, and they planted a tree. If you live in the Redcliffe area in Moreton Bay in Queensland, Chloe is actually working with local council to start a makers market for young entrepreneurs that will be held at the end of this year, right before Christmas. So if you're a young founder with a product that you would love to sell at a market, get in touch with us, because we'd love to connect you with Chloe so that you can be involved in that makers market at the end of this year. And then we go to last year's winners. And 2 students from Marymount College on the Gold Coast took home the win with their dog beds made out of Kevlar, the same material that's in bulletproof vests. And this was inspired by their own dog, who chewed every single bed they were given. Now, the real question is, we're going to see 5 pictures today. Is our 2023 National Grand Final in this room right now? Well, let's find out how today is going to work. The agenda, you're going to hear from me for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to introduce our judges. From there, we have 5 pictures from our team, and then we will open up the people's vote and also reveal the verdict from our judges. Now, how does it work? Each team has 3 minutes to pitch their idea. With 30 seconds to go, they will hear this noise. And then at the 3-minute timer, they will hear this noise. And they will be brutally cut off and not able to continue. So 3 minutes hard. At the end of that time, we'll invite our judges back into the room, and they have 4 minutes to ask questions of our young entrepreneurs. And then at the end of the time, the judges will move away and deliberate, and they will pick a winner who will then pitch at our National Grand Final. And then they will also pick a runner-up who will showcase at our National Grand Final. Now, while our judges go and deliberate, we will open the people's vote. We're a few slides behind, so we're just going to catch up. Yes. Okay. So then when our judges move to the Zoom room to deliberate, we will open up the people's vote, and you will have the opportunity to vote for your favorite team. Then we will close the people's vote, and after our judges have revealed our winner and our runner-up, I will reveal the team that amassed the most votes. And this team will go into a wildcard draw for a chance to be one of our showcase teams at the grand final. Very exciting. All right, enough from me. Let's bring our judges to our virtual stage. Please make them very welcome, Fleur, Claire, and Laura. Welcome. All right. Now, it's fast and furious today, so I can't leave you with lots of time to give a long introduction about your accolades and the work that you do. Unfortunately, it's straight into business here. But what I would like to know from each of you is, if you're going to see 5 teams pitching today, what's one thing that you're looking for? What's kind of the secret sauce in a really strong pitch that you're going to be looking for from our young people today? And Fleur, I'm going to start with you basically because you're first on my screen. There's no science here.
Thanks, Nick. I'm happy to do that. Well, obviously, a great pitch is one that tells us about the problem the business is solving and how you're solving it. But really, I want to know why your team is the right team to lead the charge. So if there's one thing I'm looking for, it really is that you as a team have got the passion to problem solve your way through all the things that are going to come your way so that you can have the impact you really want to have in the world. Yeah, so passion and impact.
Excellent. Awesome. All right, Claire, over to you. What are you looking for? What's the secret sauce?
Well, exactly what Fleur said as well. But one of the things that I look for is a really simple idea. So something that you think should be existing out there and it just seems like a no-brainer is what I'm looking for.
Because sometimes it's like the simple ideas that are the best, right? Like when you hear them and you're like, oh, why don't I already have that?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Laura, over to you. What's the secret sauce for you?
Absolutely the team and the passion, but I think the group that really understands their customer, because often you have to pivot your way through. So your idea that exists now, the solution that you have now might not be the solution. It might look different in 6 months, but the only way you're going to be able to do that successfully is if you thoroughly understand your customer. So that's what I want to see in these pictures today.
Now, viewers, don't be fooled. They all seem very agreeable at the moment, but when we boot them into the judges' room, like all's fair in love and judging, and suddenly the gloves come off and it becomes brutal and competitive. But for now, it's all very polite on the surface. But you wait, it'll heat up. So should we just crack in and bring our first team up? Excellent. All right, joining us from Emerald State High School, our first team, we have Develop joining us. Excellent. All right. How are you feeling, legend?
Awesome.
I love that. Yeah. I think, nervousness can sometimes be the secret sauce too. Okay. So it just gives you a little bit of edge, like as you're pitching. All right, Sam, we're super pumped to hear your pitch. So we're ready when you are. You've got 3 minutes on the clock.
Sweet. Thank you. Next slide. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am talking to you about my app, Develop. Develop is a software that streamlines investing and allows parents and kids to work together to allow children to build an investment portfolio at an early age. Next slide. One advancement of the 21st century is the growth of investing in stocks. Many apps aid people to invest by taking spare change and investing it into small, low-risk, low-reward companies. The investing industry will continue to evolve, but adults are not taught anything about investing and are dropped into the deep end. Early tutoring could help combat this. Through my app, children will be able to gain an early understanding of risks and rewards, allowing kids to progress as they grow up and become more knowledgeable before adulthood. The app will constantly analyze trends in stocks and will include expert opinions to overcome some parents' apathy towards investing. My solution is an app that allows parents to invest into stocks alongside their kids. Withdrawals will have a small fee taken to monetize the app. Kids can make decisions with the app, but parents have full control. For kids, the difference between investments are extremely basic, but for parents, the app is much more extensive. The app will feature basic explanations of stocks and how they work, whilst incorporating colours to seem more interesting to children. Simply put, parents will choose the amount of money they would like to invest, and the parents and children will work together to decide on the investment. Next slide. My solution uses the innovation of constantly developing skills and allows them to be taught and introduced to children. My app focuses on introducing kids into investing at an early age, sets it aside from other apps that already provide services to streamline investing. Next slide. I am seeking an initial donation of $2,000 towards prototypes that are made and tested for engagement. I will then develop the app, and if I receive positive reviews and feedback, for the effective development of an investment app, many factors need to be analysed. Investment options need to be considered. Legal and regulatory financial requirements are a crucial factor that must be bulletproof. The final app could cost upwards of 50 grand. Out of my passion for the company, I will not be paying myself until the company breaks even. However, I will be putting in as much time as I can to cut costs. Through research, I've determined approximations of how much the app will cost to create. The app will be functioning on all operating systems and all app stores, but due to the app only being available in Australia, there is less work needed in terms of laws in other countries. Research and quotes from Crowdbotics allowed me to gain insights into the amount of hours and money needed to make an investment app. They state that, quote, an investment app usually costs $45,000 to build. However, the total can be as low as $30,000 or as high as $60,000. Next slide. No funding or action, apart from talking to family and friends about the idea, have been taken, although I have designed some prototypes of the UI and UX to gain an understanding of the engagement for children. As more parents understand investing and its opportunities to allow for major financial gain, they will become more likely to introduce their kids at an early age. Next slide. Thank you for listening.
Perfect timing, Sam. Like, nailed it. Okay. Like, perfection. Excellent work. It's always like tough to go first, but in some ways I think it might be best because then you kind of get it out of the way and you can just enjoy the rest of the pitches. So we've brought our judges to the room and they get to ask you a question. Laura, you get to go first. What curly question do you have here?
I had a couple of questions. One in particular around the UI and the UX. Have you tested this with your customers?
So I talked to my family and friends, and I can't remember the name of the app, but there was an app that I used and it allowed me to, the app didn't have a function, but you could say when this button is pressed, it'll go here. And I sort of designed that and created that to show how the app would sort of work and to see the sort of engagement and to be able to change colors and show how it would work. And I did speak to a few of my friends' younger children to try and get them engaged as well. And because it was just a test, it didn't show fully how the app worked, but there was still that sign of engagement from the children and also the adults.
Okay. And what in terms of the age of the children, obviously different children, different ages, it can vary in terms of how engaged they will be. How will you manage that? Will you focus on one age or will you kind of...
So the focus that I had was from sort of 8 to 10 and then upwards until 18, until you're an adult. Because I sort of thought about it, and I just, the fact of trying to teach a 5-year-old how to invest doesn't seem like it would, be very beneficial, and like they would retain much of the information. And I thought that, between like around 8 or 10, the ages where they're getting into school and they're starting to learn things, I figured that would be a decent time for them to actually learn and retain the information.
Excellent. All right. Fleur, over to you. Laura snuck in too. There's always one, but you're muted. There's always one there too.
There's 2 of us playing with mutes right now. Thank you. Well done on your pitch. It was awesome. I'm really interested when you felt that there was a gap there. You had a sense that there was a problem to solve and a gap to fill. When you went looking to see what else might already be out there to fill that gap, what did you find? And I guess I've got a part B. 1 question, 2 parts.
It's going to be this kind of judging panel.
Different?
I'm on to you.
And how are you different is my second part of that question.
So when I initially thought about the idea, because I've always wanted to invest for a while, and unless you sort of talk to your parent and they do it for you, there isn't really much engagement for anybody under 18, not just children, but under the legal age. And so I was thinking about that, and I thought, how can we get children engaged whilst also still staying on the legal side of things where the parents have the control? So there are investment apps that streamline, there's apps that take, they round up when you make a purchase, they round up and they invest those cents and things like that. But the main goal of mine was to get children involved, and I didn't find many apps that were prioritized for children, because there were apps that used fake money, and they would take the fake money and they would invest like that. And whilst that gets kids learning about it, the kids they get the information, but they don't also get any reward out of it, really. So mine is sort of like an investment app that gives an allowance, as shares and stocks and things like that. And then when the kid's 18, when they, become of legal age, they have an investment portfolio already.
Yeah. Awesome.
Excellent. Okay. Great work, Claire. Unfortunately, we've run out of time for you, my friend, but that's okay. You get to go first next time. So then you can suck up the 4 minutes from the other judges. So it'll be your moment to shine. Massive round of applause, please. Sam, excellent work for leading us off. All right. We're digging into pitch number 2. We're going down to South Australia to see fruity trading from Woodville High School, rather. The State High School is a very Queensland thing to add that word in. We've got Georgia, Jessica, and Lydiana. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
What a relief. Okay. How are we feeling?
I'm nervous, but definitely happy to be here.
We're so happy that you're here. So you've got 3 minutes on the clock. Just have some fun, and we're looking forward to hearing about your idea.
Hello, we are Jessica, Georgia, and Lydiana. Our business is called Fruity Trading. Next slide, please. Our idea is solving inflation and helping people that aren't able to purchase fresh produce. Our problem matters because families can't afford nutritious food. Next slide, please.
Our solution will get people to easily afford fresh produce. We hope that this will motivate people to buy a healthier variety of food. This will also encourage people to meet new locals, making great opportunities to socialize. Next slide, please.
This will make a difference by helping people have easier access to fruits and veggies, leading to consumption of vitamins and nutrients. Our target audience is people above 18, such as young families or university students. To begin with, we are planning on marketing our business like apps like TikTok and Instagram because they're used most by our target audience. Later, we may use more broad advertising like YouTube, Facebook, and websites. Next slide, please. Our main competitors are big chains like Coles and Woolworths, as well as Facebook marketplaces, food banks, and food charities. Our business is cheaper than a lot of other big chain grocery shops, and that makes it easier and more affordable for people who are struggling financially, as well as being more sustainable, which will attract eco-conscious people. It's easier than the Facebook Marketplace because it is a dedicated and specialized website, so people don't have to go through the Facebook Marketplace for the same thing. Our business supports younger people who don't have access to food banks and charities and are in need of cheaper food. Next slide, please. Our business will grow because all you would need is the website. Our idea is sustainable and also very good for the environment, as we are not using packaging or shipping with ships, planes, or trucks. We'll measure the success of this with surveys, word of mouth, and looking for the growth of the website. Next slide, please.
We have chosen to launch our idea on a website at first because we found that a website is much cheaper than an app. Our budget will be $5,000 to $9,000 to launch our website, and if that's successful, we'll move to an app. Our timeline to make our website is approximately 6 months to a year. Our risk is that we could lose our money or not get enough website users to make it sustainable. Or people might choose to get their food from Facebook Marketplace. We will make money by companies advertising on our website, and there will be a disclaimer that mentions terms and conditions and safety warnings. Thank you for listening.
Very good. Now you can breathe a little easier. Okay, you've got through. Excellent work, team. We'll wait for our judges to come back, and Claire, it's over to you.
Excellent. I think it's a great idea and well done. I just want a little bit more information about how it actually works. So when they go onto your app or your website, are you just showing where they can get the food from, or is it a delivery kind of thing, or just, yeah, how does that one work?
So we basically focused on Facebook Marketplace, so you can you message people about how you want, like if they put on their page if they have lemons and you want lemons, you message them and they'll agree to you if they will give you the lemons and trade for food.
Excellent. Oh, that's a great idea.
Awesome. Laura, over to you.
I was just going to ask, you mentioned before about your competitors and how you're going to keep your costs less than your competitors. How are you going to make sure that happens? Is this about just sharing of food, or is this... I was just a bit confused by that.
So how are you going to manage, like, how does the money side of the business work, I guess?
We're not really sure about that yet, but we're thinking of like trading with different companies, like charities and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Cool. Claire, over to you.
Question, which is how did you, so as you were thinking through your idea, how do you think your idea is different to some of the other ideas that are out there for food at the moment?
So our app is mainly focused on fresh produce, but the other apps are mostly focused on other stuff. While our app is more eco-friendly and it's a great way, it can track your location, but it can track others too, so you don't have to travel far. So you can see the other locals who are able to give you food if you want.
Right. So it's really taking that model that's being used for non-food things into food things. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, thanks.
Excellent work. All right, team, breathe easy. You can chill out now, but we're actually still going to stay in South Australia, and we're going to go to Cardine College because we have Jump Line joining us. So welcome to the stage, Damien, Memphis, and Sebastian. How are we feeling?
It's fine.
Oh, we've got rim wrap. Have I just jumped through the wrong? Oh, team. You know, when I go into these events, I always assume there's going to be 3 mistakes. And so this is the second. So that means that there's only 1 more mistake from me to come. So, you know, thank you for reducing the likelihood of further mistakes today. So we're actually on the Sunshine Coast and we're at Flinders, which is one of our primary schools who are involved in the program for the first time. How are we feeling, team?
Mate, we're frothing.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome. Well, do you know what? We're frothing for you guys, and we're super excited about your pitch. And I know you've got a big crowd of supporters in the background that are also excited for your pitch too. So You've got 3 minutes on the clock. We're ready when you are.
Okay. 1 person dies every 40 seconds from suicide. By the end of this speech, 4 people have died from their poor mental health. Hi, I'm Toby.
I'm Cooper.
And I'm George, and we're the founders of RimWrap. Next. We've had experience of damaged rims and other parts of our bikes, and we don't exactly have a money issue in our backyard. We came up with the idea of RimWrap, which is a protective wrap for your rims. We realised we could do a lot more to helping men's mental health too. Next slide. George here, and let me tell you, RimWrap is like no other. First, we've got a gazillion designs to make you look as rad as you on the trails. And guess what? It's eco-friendly, so you're saving the planet while you're saving your rims. Plus, it's as tough as nails, yet it's so lightweight and waterproof. It's like magic. And the best part, installing is like a breeze, so around the trails in no time. Forget those chunky plastic guards, we've got the real deal. Next slide.
We'll purchase $40 of our eco-friendly polyethylene film to start off, which will get us our first 35 products. Then we're going to get them cut and dyed. Next slide. After that, we'll package them up nice and snug in busy boxes. We are asking for $2,500 to get our business started. We will receive $24 for each product sold. Next slide.
Here's where it gets really awesome. Mountain biking is like a one-way ticket to happiness. The exercise gives you a flood of those feel-good endorphins, reduce stress, and kicks depression to the curb. We found that mountain biking is the perfect way to connect to men's mental health. You say 80% of the mountain bike gang is guys, and dudes like to chat shoulder to shoulder, not face to face. Next slide.
So we want to team up with an awesome men's mental health organisation and donate a portion of every RimWrap sale to men's mental health. We're on a mission to make people smile and start conversations. You never know, a simple RimWrap on someone's bike can lead to a new friendship or help someone share their men's mental health journey. Next slide.
But that's not all. We're going to hit up some seasoned mountain bikers to partner with us. And our RimWrap will be at local bike shops for everyone to see. We're even whipping up a slick website to sell our product. And guess what? We've already got the thumbs up from some hardcore mountain bikers. They're saying our price is a total steal for the awesomeness we're offering. Next slide.
You must invest now because the mountain bike industry is meant to grow 9% over the next couple of years. New mountain bikers will want to buy new things for their bike, which equals more sales and more money to donate to men's mental health. Next slide.
Thank you for
Listening.
We
hope you love our idea.
I do love your idea. Guys, that was so good. Also, I felt like you were maybe speaking another language. Like there was a lot of like young person slang that I acutely felt my age through that, except when you used rad, and then I felt very at home, like with the use of that word. So I appreciate you bringing in some old people slang in order to kind of help with the translation for us at that time. So well done, boys. Like love the logo in the background and the setup that you've got for your pitch too. Cracking work. All right, Fleur, over to you.
I'm really interested in how you're going to make the product. Have you thought through all of the things that you're going to need to bring together and where you might source them from?
Yes. So we have connections from my dad's company with sticker companies that we can send all the products to so they can make our stuff.
Great. Love that. Thank you.
Oh, that's very handy. Excellent work. Laura, over to you.
Hi guys. My question was for the three of you. What made you think of this idea? What was it about this specifically? Coming up with something really cool for a bike and putting the mental health side together. I'd love to understand that.
What? Pardon?
How did you come up with this idea? How did you put these two things together, mental health and RimWraps? Where did this come from, this idea?
Yeah, so the men's mental health connects to the RimWrap for your bikes because lots of men love mountain biking, and RimWrap, like we get so many scratches on our rims when we go out riding through all the rocks flicking up and sticks and stuff. Yeah, and we thought it was a good way to partner with it because lots of men go mountain biking to solve their mental health issues. So I thought it was a good way to connect.
Awesome work. Who of the three of you, who is a mountain biker?
We all are.
Oh, excellent. All right. Claire, over to you.
I also love the fact that you guys have got your helmets and the bike in the background. That's very well set up. I'm interested to know how you're going to measure your impact for the men's mental health.
Yeah, how will you know that you're making those conversations or those connections happen?
Well, I guess we can kind of find that out through the place that we're donating from, and we'll be able to see out in the trials who has the rim wrap or not, and if riders who both have rim wrap are riding together, because that might be how we find out if it's making a difference or not.
Yeah, you make a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Excellent work, team. All right, round of applause for our Flinders. Cooper, George, and Toby, excellent work. All right, we're heading to the Gold Coast to Marymount College, and we have Rise joining us. So Addison, Banjo, and Summer. Hey, team, how are we feeling?
Good.
Loving the branding, slick setup as well. All right, you got 3 minutes on the clock. We're pumped. You're pumped. Ready when you are.
Right. Good afternoon, judges. Change slide. There are many fathers, friends, and family lost to the powers of the ocean, overworked lifeguards racing to save lives and not getting there in time. Heartbreak after heartbreak. 90 people have already lost their lives in Australian waters between the 1st of December 2022 and the 28th of February 2023. Change slide.
This sustainable watch-like invention is strapped to your upper arm. It is powered by a CO2 canister, which inflates a neoprene balloon that will lift you back to the surface.
Change slide.
The upper band can be controlled from a tablet located in the lifeguard's patrol tower, as well as manually doing it on the arm.
Change slide.
The blue dots signify the lifeguards. The red shows swimmers who have inflated their armbands, and the green is the swimmers wearing the rise band, which is also possible by a GPS hidden inside the band. At any time, a lifeguard can activate a person's rise band by selecting the person and pressing the orange button. This grants the other lifeguards extra time to make the rescue.
The armband straps are made from eco-friendly and sustainable silicone rubber that can be adjusted to fit a child or adult's arm. The gadget contains a CO2 cartridge, which inflates a neoprene balloon through an air vent. The release button is covered by a 3D printed plastic cover to stop someone from accidentally pressing the rise button.
LED flashing lights are also encased in the band to help lifeguards find people easier when in dawn or dusk. The CO2 cartridge is encased in a strong acrylic glass, which, whilst the neoprene balloon is covered in an acrylic lightweight cover that flicks open when the balloon is inflated.
The environmentally friendly silicone armband priced at $40 offers comfort and sustainability. The heavy-duty canister covers priced at $15 ensures the CO2 cartridge are protected in various conditions. In summary, the total cost of $230 reflects a combination of components and expenses that contribute to the life band features, aesthetics, and overall values. Due to our product being so advanced, we would need to pay an additional fee of $10 to $15K for research and development.
Change slide. To increase our exposure and selling rates, the Rise bands will be sold at multiple locations as well as online. The brand will be sold at stalls in the airport to attract tourists as well as popular beaches such as Bondi and Surfers Paradise. We will also be selling Rise bands online through a website. Change slide.
Rise will donate all of its profits minus the cost of goods to Swim It Forward project, helping less fortunate kids learn how to swim.
Next slide.
In conclusion, as a brand, we would love for you to invest $30K into our business so we can pay for the research and development to help get the product out and save lives, not only in Australia, but around the world. Thank you.
Excellent work, team. Well done. We'll wait for our judges to join us back in the room. And Claire, over to you first. Question for the Rise team.
Yeah, mine's just a technical question. So is it battery powered or does it open by the CO2 cartridge?
It will open when the balloon rises, it will push itself open
Excellent.
Yeah.
And from how far down will it go back up?
I don't, to be honest, I don't actually really know. We haven't actually had one to test out properly, but
yeah. Perfect.
Laura.
Hi, team. My question is around marketing and being able to sell this. So obviously the impact of it is going to be dependent on how many people use it, right? At the beach, you want everyone to be using it. How will you convince people to pay for it? Are you selling it to the lifeguards, or are you selling it individually to those people?
So we will have QR codes at airports and a lot of signage that just helps people know what the band is and what the brand is, as well as on social media. We have a social media page, so it gets the word out about the bands.
Awesome, Blair.
I'm really interested in what made you as a team wrap around this challenge. Why is this challenge important to solve for this team?
So I do surf lifesaving and I patrol on beaches, and it's a lot of split-second decisions on what to do and where to go. So having the Rise Band give you an extra second to make these decisions and protect more people's lives. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great work, team. Well pitched. Time flies when you're having fun, guys. We've only got one team left. So now we're going to South Australia, to Cardone College. So, you know, a bit of a false alarm before, but welcome to the pitching stage jump line. We've got Damien, Memphis, and Sebastian now. How are we feeling, team?
Good.
Still nervous?
A little bit nervous. I think, you know, nerves are a sign that you care, all right? So it means that it matters. So that's not so bad. And the judges aren't looking for the polished pitch. They're just looking for your passion and the potential of your idea. So 3 minutes on the clock. We're ready when you are. Take it away.
Hello, my name is Damien, this is Memphis, and this is Sebastian. Our service is called Jump Line, and we're here to save the future of mountain bikers. Next.
For many years, I've been mountain biking, coming home with scrapes and bruises. We believe that this is leading to a decline in number of young mountain bike riders, as many are afraid of getting hurt. With also ambulances having to help us riders with our injuries, this is leading to an increase in ambulance tramping, which are both problems we are wanting to solve. Next.
Our solution is an app that is able to analyze the bike jump, consider the slope on which the jump is on, the length of the jump, and the angle of the lift. This provides the user with details such as the speed needed to perform the jump and a safety rating of the jump in question, as well as a feature involving the submission of the jump to a community map showing other jumps that have been submitted. Some more features will be added through updates after release, after first gaining strong fan base. All of this will generate a safer industry to welcome new and young riders and help grow the mountain bike community. Next.
Our app will be free, but with limited use. The app will include a premium deal for a quarterly subscription, which will cost $9.99. This will provide users with unlimited use of the app's features compared to the regular limit of 2 jump checks per day. Using a TikTok page for our app, we gained highly positive statistics in favour of our app. We took inspiration from Geocache, but applied it to the world of mountain biking as a way of developing accessibility for both new and old riders. There are no apps that can currently analyse jumps on the current market, making our app new and unique in a way that will greatly benefit the community and help keep riders safe. Next.
Users using the app on Apple devices run our jump check feature through the Measure app, which is a 3-hour measurement tool. Users on Android devices run our jump check feature through Google Measure, which is also a 3-hour measurement tool. To publish our app to the App Store, it will cost $99 yearly, and to the Google Play Store, it is a one-time fee of $25. Apps are generally expensive, so to break even with the estimate cost, we need roughly 17,000 premium members in 3 months, and in 6 months, we would only need 8,587 premium members. Next.
We began with the idea of an app that could break the difficulty and find the length of the jump using the camera. We researched ways we could use already developed softwares and integrate it into our app, such as the Measure app. After more brainstorming, we came up with a map system to submit jumps to, creating a community of jump lines, giving birth to a new feature of the app. We finally discussed the finer details of the app, including a subscription system, the operating system details, and some designs of the UI of the app. Next.
To help launch our service, we will seek sponsorship from mountain biking companies such as Fox to help fund the development of. Any funding will be greatly appreciated, as we understand developing an app will be expensive. Next.
Thank you for listening. We hope everyone's as excited as we are for the grand reveal of the future of mountain biking.
Jump line.
Well done, team. Excellent work. We'll welcome our judges back to the stage. Gosh, cracking final pitch to finish. And Claire, we're going to start with you.
Thanks, that was a great pitch. I just want to know who you're going to target the most. Are you targeting mountain bikers, or are you going to go into like sports TV shows and things like that?
It is primarily targeting mountain bikers aged from anywhere 10 to 25-year-olds. Just anyone really who's interested in mountain biking, anyone who's looking to get interested in mountain biking, and current mountain bikers who are just looking to extend their abilities throughout their community.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you. Fleur, over to you.
When you had this idea and started thinking about what its potential as a business might be, how you went getting hold of information about what the market size could be. Like, so how many mountain bikers are we thinking are available to purchase this kind of idea? And do you think you're going to be able to get them just in Australia, or is this going to be an international solution? What are your thoughts about the market you're selling to?
Well, we used the TikTok page to get results using a vote. So we gained highly positive results from the majority of the people who watched that TikTok. So from that small sample size, we gathered, at least in our community, it would be highly or taken highly well. So yeah, there's no reason it wouldn't be accepted in other communities. Sure. Australia and across the planet.
So you're expecting a really positive result. I'd be curious to know, as you're building out your idea, how many of those people might be the eyeballs that you want to catch. Great pitch. Thanks, guys.
Laura, final question.
Hi, guys. My question was around the user experience. So if I'm a mountain biker and I'm about to take a jump and I do my jump check, what information is it going to give me that's going to allow me to actually do something different? Is it going to tell me what I have to do differently in order to be safe?
Yeah, so first you would like take the photo of the jump, and then it would like measure the jump, like the slope, it's on the slope of the lid and the length of the jump, and then you'll calculate how much speed you need for the jump to like clear it safely, and also the difficulty the jump is.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also believe that in future updates we can implement a way to translate that speed into possibly the amount of pedals you need to have, or the distance from the jump before you actually take the jump.
And we're also thinking like we could make it into something similar to like social media platform for mountain bike riders, where they can just scroll through jumps in their area and like find jumps that they'd like to ride. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Great angle, bringing in like that crowdsourcing, I guess, as well, that community building. Excellent work, team. Gosh, 5 pitches down. So the pressure now moves from our pitching teams, I'm sorry to say, over to our judges. We've now got the difficult task of picking a winner and a runner-up. So we will bid them farewell while they move into the judges' deliberation room. And at this point in time, we can open the people's vote. So QR code is up there. So is the link. And you'll have about 5 minutes while our judges deliberate to vote for your favourite team for the chance for them to snag a wild card entry into the grand final. So we'll see you back in 5 minutes. Enjoy your voting. So our judges have been in the judges' deliberation room. I heard it was very heated in that room. Tough debate. I don't want to say somebody threw a chair, but rumour has it somebody threw a chair. I'm just saying it's a tough battle in there. In the meantime, we have had literally hundreds of votes come through for the people's vote. So it has been very fast and furious with people at our end quickly voting for their favourite pitch, which will be hotly contested, I know already. Now, judges, did you get a verdict in the end? Was it tough? Excellent. All right, who is the tribute who is going to share back the results?
That'll be me.
So they've thrown you under the bus to be the bearer of the news.
First the chair, now this.
So tell me, I'm going to get you to reveal the runner-up and then the winner, but can you talk to us maybe a little bit about the conversations that you were having in the judges' room before you reveal your decision?
Yeah, sure. Well, first, you were right. It was super hard, and that sounds easy to say, but it really was. There was so much merit in all of those presentations, and there was real diversity in ideas and the way the teams pitched their thoughts. So really, we were talking about all the different characteristics that we were looking for in a choice that we might make. And yeah, I think everything from the problem that's being solved through to the balance between the commercial idea and the impact that the idea is going to have, and loved across the various businesses there, the different combinations of teams and individuals too was another thing that we talked about. So it was super hard, but we do have a runner-up and a winner, and we'd actually love to be able to see all of these businesses get further support. So I know a few of us on the panel have got some ideas that we might be able to pass forward to lots of members in this discussion today. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, great. Well, while we're frantically collating votes for the people's vote, why don't we start with the runner-up decision? Who do we have as our runner-up for today?
Okay, so the business that's runner-up, the idea that's runner-up, we loved their dual focus on impact as well as product. We were really interested in the way that they pitched, and they did a great job across their team pitching and sharing the speaking and the concepts. It was really obvious that the whole team was really across all of the components of what they were doing. So our runner-up for today and this semi-final is RimWrap.
Oh, well done. That's Linda.
Oh, that means we get to go to pitch. Showcase. Yeah.
RimWrap, we loved your presentation, your thoughtfulness, your helmets, the logo, the branding, everything. You did a fantastic job putting your pitch together today. Thank you so much for sharing your thinking with us, and we're really stoked to see you keep growing this idea.
Thank you.
It's the Flinders Year Sixes cheering in the background. Because there's a little delay between what we can hear here and then what the team can hear behind the scenes. So RimWrap, you guys are going through to the grand finals as showcase team. We are so thrilled to have you and your idea at our grand final. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent work. All right, so we have a runner-up. Who is the winner?
Well, look, with the winning entry, we were, again, super impressed with the balance between the impact that they're wanting to have in the world and the reason that this solution needs to exist, and actually the technological innovation that they've got in their minds. And we're really keen to see them keep progressing. Would love to see them be able to take their prototypical ideas and bring them into the real world. So we loved the, again, diversity in the thinking and the balance in the presentation, and looked like real teamwork that'll see them through. So we're excited to put this semi-finals nominees through from Rise.
Oh, congratulations,
nice work, guys.
team.
We loved your pitch. We love your idea, and we're really excited to see you go through to the finals.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well done. You're our third team to go through to the grand final, pitching on stage on the 20th of November. Congratulations, team. We're thrilled to have you as a part of our finals for 2023.
Thank
you so much.
Could Marymount go back to back? I mean, this is the question. EcoBed was Marymount College. Could Marymount go back to back this year? Some enthusiastic support for that idea. So congratulations. Judges, thank you. What an incredible opportunity for you guys to be part of our journey. And it's really important that, you know, stuff like this doesn't happen without people like you giving up your time to be present for our young people and to lend your support. So thank you for the generosity of yourselves to support our young people today. We really appreciate it.
A deep pleasure. Thanks for having us, Nick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My
And I can't
pleasure.
wait to see all of these young innovators and entrepreneurs come through so I can start working with them in a few years' time. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll push them right through to River City Labs for you. So excellent work.
Thank you, guys. Good luck to
All right.
everyone.
Cool. Well, This means that you all have the opportunity to come along to our national grand final, though. So I don't know what you thought you were doing on Monday, the 20th of November, but I have now secured your plans for the evening. So between 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock, you'll be able to join us on that night. However, there are some teams that are waiting with bated breath for the results of the people's vote. And I can confirm that Matthew Flinders and Rimwrap have walked away with runner-up and the people's vote today. Congratulations, team.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah. Well, so the people loved it. The judges loved it. You've done a cracking job. That's what I was waiting for. Congratulations, team. Super proud of you and looking forward to having you at our grand final. Speaking of, you can secure your tickets to the grand final right now. So there is a QR code up on your screen right now, including the link. And this will be a sellout event. So we strongly encourage you, if you're joining us in person, to lock in those tickets sooner rather than later. However, if you're in South Australia or otherwise, and you want to join from your couch in your pajamas, you can also grab a ticket to the live stream. So please jump in and do that. On behalf of the team, thank you so much for joining us today. If you loved it, why don't you stick around? Because in half an hour, we have our fourth and final semi-final for today. A huge thank you goes out to our parents and caregivers that have supported our young people, and also to our educators and schools for their support, making this pitching possible for our teams too. So we'll see you back in half an hour for semi-final 4. Thank you so much for joining us for number 3.